Now, after weeks of relative quiet around, this is to some other news now. After weeks of relative quiet around the work of the Constitutional Reform Committee, some Jamaicans are starting to grow impatient with the group. Some of the views were shared as Maroons gathered in Accompong for the Maroon New Year Festival recently. As you will hear in this report from Dwayne Anderson, the celebration was one of the most successful in years.
The biggest Maroon Festival celebration in Accompong in recent memory. Organizers said the turnout was partly due to the speakers in attendance this year. Among them, the controversial Pan-Africanist Dr. Umar Johnson.
We do not love our oppressor. We love each other and we love ourselves. Garvey was once asked, are you an African or are you a Jamaican? And the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey said, greatest leader of the 20th century, greatest organizer in human history, Garvey said, you asked me, am I African or am I Jamaican? And I tell you, I would never ever give up a continent for an island.
Accompong's Chief Richard Curry also continued to charge his fellow Maroons to stand up for their rights.
The Treaty of 1738 preserved that right for each and every one of us. But if we decide that we don't want it, then you just have given away your birthright. Don't cry and say, oh, the government's selling and the government's selling. Understand your history, understand the law, and understand the context of how it applies today. This is not pageantry. This is not tour dance and no. This is a livelihood. This is a lifestyle, this is a heritage, this is a culture. This is what we know.
And speaking about rights and freedoms, the Constitutional Reform Committee is currently leading a process to help craft a modern constitution for Jamaica post the British monarchy. Maroons are among those being consulted in the process. But not everyone is pleased with how that process is going.
I'm looking at that being a waste of time. We don't need another referendum. What we need is to throw out that constitution, carry off a revolution with the 63 members of parliament signing this document and moving our country to progress, prosperity, peace, dignity, integrity. It's very interesting for me to find out what or how much money has been spent by the Constitutional Reform Committee so far and the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Reform, Constitutional Affairs so far since they have been established in 2020 and 2023 respectively.
Other patrons in the meantime were there for the festivities and said they had a great time.
I'm here for the first time. It's a new experience for me. My mother introduced me to it and I'm really enjoying it. I mean, seeing the culture, it has some similarities to Rastafarian, but it's about the Maroon. And I guess the Maroon has a little bit of Rastafarianism to it as well. So it's a good combination for me to know more about this background.
Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.
We head to a quick break.